From the depths of radio nothingness comes Radio Nowhere.
This is Radio Nowhere. Is there anybody alive out there? This is Radio Nowhere. Is there anybody alive out there?
WJBD is proud to permit Radio Nowhere.
Okay, we're back.
Finally.
And welcome back. And happy belated Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take credit on that, or take blame on that one. I started to play the wrong theme.
And then you couldn't find the right theme.
That's right, I couldn't. And I'm going to go ahead and take blame for it.
Congratulations.
All right, so there we go.
And the week before, and the week before that, I believe.
No, just listen. I'm going to go ahead and take the blame for it. And I'm going to say, sorry, I played the wrong thing. And we had a good start because we started off with a song called Handwritten by what is becoming quickly one of my favorite bands, Gaslight Anthem. And I picked that song. Mm-hmm. And then Steve picked the next song. And what was that song we just heard, Steve?
It was Bad Company, Don't Cry.
It absolutely was not. It absolutely...
Okay, I'm not real sure, but it was a good song regardless.
It absolutely was not.
It was a great song.
It was a fine song.
Oh, it was fantastic. One of the best we've ever played.
And you started off saying that it was going to be Bad Company's Rock and Roll Fantasy,
yeah,
right?
I thought it was, but apparently there was a mislabeling somewhere along the way.
By who? Whose disc is that?
I think my computer must have done it.
Your computer?
Yeah.
That's odd that a computer would just suddenly start...
Yeah, they do that every once in a while. Too short of bolts.
Do they? Do
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Do they start just mislabeling things?
Yep.
Odd. See, now we can't trust anything on any of those discs.
Maybe.
No, I really don't think we can at this point now.
Cool.
So I guess at a certain point we need to start the show, though, right?
Perhaps.
Okay. So let's start the show. I am Matt Donahoe.
I am Steve Stein.
I'm Chad Spray.
And I'm Matt Tackett.
And Matt Funky Liebarger is once again passed out in the corner.
He's having a rough time. He just cannot stay awake.
Narcolepsy.
Ooh.
Have we played that song, Narcolepsy, the Ben Folds 5 song? Has that ever been?
Not to my knowledge.
Really?
Oh, and I did get a
find it real
text
quick.
the other day from Funky, and he said, "Oh, I listened to the show. I don't remember which one it was, and congratulations, you played our first duplicate." And I looked at the records, and near as I can tell, I didn't. And while I was looking at the records, I was listening to last week's show, and you played Dirty Laundry, which
I said last week. Haven't we played Dirty Laundry before on the show?
you weren't here when we played it, but yeah, it's been played before.
Okay. Well, somehow my labeling didn't work out properly with
it
that
the
either.
computer's fault?
Again?
Apparently.
Again?
The computer's fault again?
I think it was.
So, again, we have this situation where Steve can't keep track of what gets played. So has Narcolepsy been played on the show?
It has not.
Are you sure about the
I'm
Ben Folds 5 song?
I'm certain. We should have played it by now, though.
There is a list of songs we have played.
I'm aware.
Searchable with the Control-F key.
Yeah. Steve, get on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you guys all have a good Thanksgiving? Let's end the blame game. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Well, there's some exciting conversation. You have some. I guess I didn't ask a good question. What did you do over Thanksgiving, Steve?
Oh, hung out with family and ate.
Still didn't get more exciting. So,
No.
Tackett?
Not too much. Was home. That was nice.
Good. That is nice.
So dinner, a couple games. Played that board game. It's the one that's like Pandemic, but it's the other one.
You're losing us. I mean, I know Pandemic. Pandemic's a fun game. Anybody that likes board games, play Pandemic. You have to all work together to stop a plague.
Well, this one's like that, but it's probably a little bit more accessible.
Epidemic?
It's a little easier.
Oh, it's Forbidden Island.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, we love that game. Chad, and which, by the way, for people listening, if you're not aware, Chad Spray and I are cousins. And And so obviously we had our Thanksgiving together. Chad, would you like to explain the stupid thing our family did over Thanksgiving?
We partook in a
Partook?
Pop-Tart off. We sampled 30 different flavors of Pop-Tart, ranked them, and crowned a Pop-Tart grand champion.
I'd like to point out that Chad, I believe, was the mastermind of this.
He's always the mastermind behind these stupid things.
I prefer organizer.
Oh, okay.
And I gotta say something too. My brother came in from Boston, brought his whole family and his in-laws with him.
Specifically for this?
Well, I tell you what, they were going to leave a day early. Or, I mean, they were going to originally leave yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're going to leave this morning. I take that back. They're going to leave this morning. They decided to stay another day. You know, that's an 18-hour, 20-hour trip. They decided to stay another day because they said, well, we really don't want you guys to miss the Pop-Tart off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so they stayed for that. So me and my family had to sample 30 different flavors of Pop-Tarts and rate them from 1 to 10. And this is not the first stupid thing we've done like this.
Was the 5th off.
What, breadsticks, Oreos?
Breadsticks, Cheez-Its, Lay's potato chips, Oreos, and Pop-Tarts. And we've already planned the next off.
Which is?
Going to be a Dorito off / cola off. First time we've had a two-pronged attack.
I feel like this show, between this and things like the vending machine Olympics, it's starting to become very much about food. It's like we need sponsors that are food related.
The thing I like, though, actually, I do have to admit, the little crown on the Pop-Tart box was a clever touch. But you know what it made me think of? The King Slime off Dragon Quest.
Wow, that's a reference.
Yeah, Tackett's throwing out all the... I think Tackett's getting ready to curl up in the corner with Funky. He's throwing out these...
Disheveled.
Yeah, these references that aren't quite mainstream enough. It's like Mystery Science Theater level reference here.
That's
which
kind.
In and of itself might be an obscure reference to make.
Yeah, maybe.
Other thing we did over Thanksgiving that I brought up to share with you guys is Bean Boozled.
A great game for those who know. Otherwise, you going to explain to us?
I am going to explain. It is from the Jelly Bellies company. And Steve, are you familiar with the Jelly Belly company?
Yes, I am.
Tackett, are you?
Yes, they're like the Beanie Baby company, right?
They're similar, and the good thing is we brought some up for Steve and Tackett to try tonight on air.
Now,
Slightly less collectible.
I did see something on Facebook about a skunk-flavored one or something.
Okay, here's the way the bean... Go ahead.
I just have to say that that's probably one of the most disturbing things I've ever heard.
You'd be wrong.
Yeah, you would be.
Okay.
And here's why. Because for those of you who know, and again, here we are being sponsored by food again.
We
Why
are?
not?
Jelly Belly is the ones that make the really tasty jelly beans, the gourmet jelly beans that...
They're the top shelf Jelly Belly
Exactly.
for us Jelly Belly aficionados.
The buttered popcorn is just awesome.
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
Funny you should say that.
Funny you should mention that. Well, what this Bean Boozled, is from Jelly Belly, and it has 10 different colors in it.
Why don't
Okay.
you let him know about the good flavors?
I will. So in this, there are 10 different looking jelly beans. Mm-hmm. So there's Tutti Frutti, buttered popcorn,
Good.
peach, juicy pear, coconut, lime, berry blue, chocolate pudding, caramel corn, and licorice. But each flavor...
Black licorice or red licorice?
Black licorice.
You lost me.
Each color has a corresponding bad flavor.
Okay, so if you grab a color, it may be the good one or it may be the bad one.
And you don't know.
Russian roulette, as it were.
Yes, with jelly beans. And the bad flavors are stinky socks, rotten egg, barf, booger, baby wipes, lawn clippings, toothpaste, canned dog food, moldy cheese, and skunk spray.
Now, who does the research to tell me what dog food or
no.
barf or, I mean...
Now that you say canned dog food, that, I believe, is the worst flavor. Because I was, when we played this one other time, and we didn't have all 10 flavors, we had 8. I remember sitting next to someone biting into a canned dog food one, and it about made me nauseous.
Yeah, that's the one that made my mom just about throw up as well.
Not to yank the microphone out of Tackett's mouth, but He called it. Let's get him the. Let's let him try right now the stinky sock and see if he changes his tune.
How are you going to know which
Well,
one's
yeah,
a stinky
okay,
sock?
and there's
Let's potentially.
well, there's only one in here. So Taggart, this could be Tutti Frutti, or it could be Stinky Sock.
What color is it?
It's pink and
and
speckled.
speckled.
Yep. Pink
Okay,
and
in the interest of all fairness, I will do this at the next break, but I do need something to drink.
I don't. Steve, you got something to drink?
I've got some water, but I'm just telling you right now, if I get dog food, it's going to be bad.
Well, no, you said you love the buttered popcorn, right?
Yeah, so what's my alternative?
Here's buttered popcorn, or it could be rotten egg. And let me tell you, I got stuck with the rotten egg one.
You were the last one in?
And that's right. I was the last one in. I was rotten egg. And it tastes
Horrible.
the way rotten food smells.
I almost vomited.
Why do I even want to take that chance?
Because it's entertaining for
I was
radio.
going to say, in all fairness, why don't you and Chad each get one as well?
How is
sounds
me
good.
running out of the studio to the bathroom?
No, that's just
entertaining
it.
for the radio?
You're not going to run out of suit. You're going to sit here and you're going to eat it,
Oh, I'm telling you right now, if it actually turns out to be rotten egg, I'm
and
gone.
you're going to describe it on the air.
I will probably be gone
So
for the night.
okay, so Steve is attempting to eat a Jelly Belly butter popcorn, and it might be butter popcorn. It might be.
I can tell you right now, just by a slight bite, that this is not buttered popcorn.
Don't take a slight
you
bite.
Put
You
it
have to
between
put
your
it
teeth
in,
and bite
Yeah,
down.
bite and chew on it. Come on.
Oh, I don't have to.
And you've
at
got
this
a
Come
cup
on,
of water.
you have
so
to.
come on.
You have to. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Don't
Get the show
disappoint
on the
your
road.
listeners.
Yeah. Nope.
That is disgusting.
Tell us what it tastes like, Steve.
Nastiness.
No.
Nothing but pure nastiness.
And I see Tackett's got a drink, so let's.
Oh,
That-
Tackett
that's
got back with a
awful.
drink. Let's give him. Where's Tutti Frutti? Where's the Tutti Frutti, Tackett? Does he have? Oh,
Tackett
Rudy.
has just exploded some Dr. Pepper over himself. While he's cleaning that up, let's pick out a good one for Steve.
Steve is. I think Steve is angry with us right now. We're going to try some more of these as the night goes on. I hope we don't wake up funky. We talked about him having narcolepsy, and there's a Ben Folds 5 called Narcolepsy, song called Narcolepsy. Here it is on Radio Nowhere on WJBD.
Radio Nowhere on WJBD.
Hey, was that Asia?
That was, in fact, Bad
was
Company's
it?
Rock and Roll Fantasy.
Okay.
And the song that we played starting out was actually Asia with Don't Cry, which we actually had played before.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Apologize.
Yeah, sorry about that. But we got it all straightened out.
Did we?
The error is repaired and no further problems are expected if Matt can figure out how to run the board.
Well, there's only a 50-50 shot of that as it is. So, but at least, I know most of the songs we're playing, especially when I'm the one who brings the CDs in. Are those your CDs, Steve?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
nothing.
We're doing a radio show right now. You want to put your phone down?
Are
and-
we really?
Yeah.
I'm researching stuff.
Is it how to label your CDs correctly
It
so
is,
you know how
actually.
to
Yeah.
back announce the songs properly?
How to properly put the label with the right CD.
All right. When we were talking last, actually before that, we heard Narcolepsy from Ben Folds 5. But before that, though, we were talking about Bean Boozled, and Tackett is going to try Tutti Frutti and Stinky Socks, and please be more manly about it than Steve was.
Rotten egg is disgusting.
And describe it while the taste is, and he might get Tutti Frutti. And Tackett's a trooper. Tackett will usually be the one.
I'm gonna guess
I
it's
think
not Tutti Frutti.
Yeah. I would hope.
It's kind of bland. If it's stinky sock, it is probably the least stinky sock I've ever.
No.
Tasted.
Here. Let's get a better reaction than that. Here is chocolate pudding for you, Steve.
Or
Chocolate pudding.
Here,
Tackett, chocolate pudding.
I have to think that I'm getting rigged on this.
There's no way to.
There's
rig
no
it.
way to rig it. They look the
This
same.
is gonna be-
Give it
it's
to
gonna be-
Tackett because odds are one's going to get good.
Exactly.
one's
That's why I'm
bad.
giving them
It's
both the
chocolate
same
pudding
thing.
or dog food, isn't
Yeah, it's
it?
canned dog food or chocolate pudding. Here you go.
I've done dog food before.
You've done dog
I
food?
don't-
All right. How
I
about
really don't like that one.
how about peach?
Oh dear God!
Steve, how was it?
It was terrible.
What-
I don't even have any water.
What did it taste like? Where are you going? We're doing a radio show. Sit
I
down.
need water.
Sit down. We are doing a radio show. You are not done yet.
Wish it was a TV show.
I really do too. Okay, well, while we're waiting, let's go over to Steve with weather. Go. Where
Is it weather time
It
already?
is. Yeah, it's
Holy
12:30.
Moses.
It's time to do weather.
It's going to be cold tomorrow.
Cold tomorrow. Steve usually does our weather. Where's our weather guy?
Wherefore art thou, weather guy?
I don't think Steve's heart is into it tonight. He's not doing the weather. He obviously doesn't know what he's talking about on the music. How you doing, buddy? You back? You know we're trying to do a radio show live on the air right now, right?
You know, when we did
Yeah,
it,
but I'm not feeding you dog food.
the rule was
I'm feeding
when
jelly
we did
beans.
it, that you had to actually put it between your teeth and at least bite through
Oh,
it.
I got a full
Here,
flavored taste
Here,
of that
here,
one.
here. Have you done?
No, everything you've given me thus far has been nasty. I'm not taking another one of
Are
those.
you going to do the weather, though?
I'm working on it.
Here, do the weather while you're trying one.
Yeah, that's not happening. Okay,
Do it.
tonight
I'm gonna throw it
it's
at
gonna
you.
be
I would throw it at you.
gonna be clear
Either
with
do it
the
or I would throw it
temperature
at. Here, do
of-
the weather. Do the
a
weather
low
with this.
of 40.
Pick that up now.
That hit me in the eye.
We're just going to find that tomorrow.
Tomorrow, actually, I take that back. Tonight,
Start over.
I'm
do your
being
weather.
like bombarded by stuff.
Do your weather. Be a professional. Be a
Tonight,
professional radio
it's
announcer.
going to be clear with a low of 37. Tomorrow, it's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 54, with a low of 37 tomorrow night. Monday, it looks like it's going to be slight chance of showers with a high of 48. Tuesday looks wonderful, mostly sunny, high near 60.
Oh wow.
Unfortunately, though, wait till next Thursday night, and they're talking like snow. So
Oh cool.
it's short-lived, but it is almost December.
True.
That's your forecast.
Actually, no, it is December.
Yes, it is.
It is
You're
officially
correct.
December 01.
You are correct.
What other flavors can we get, Steve?
December
and
01.
Tackett?
What'd you just throw at me?
Here, try it. It's licorice or skunk.
I don't like
I was gonna say he
licorice,
doesn't
black
like
licorice, so
How about
I'm
here?
and I certainly
Tackett?
don't like
I've
skunk.
done that one, but I'll do it.
Well, I
I
mean-
don't really like licorice either, and I don't like buttered popcorn. It's those two kind of.
Do you want peach or barf?
I'll do that
All
one.
right, Steve, which one do you want to do?
What are my options?
Well, you can do.
Why don't you give Chad one too? Let's all do this peach or.
Chad?
I've already done, and I've got 30 Pop-Tarts in me still from the other night. So
Yeah,
you
Chad
guys
has.
are good.
Chad has suffered for his art.
I've done this before too, though.
Yeah, but not on the air. Okay, here's
Neither's
Coke.
Chad.
I don't like don't like coconut.
Well, okay. Well, you might get baby wipes then. There you go. You got
Oh,
a 50,
yeah, that
50
helps.
Go. That is one of the least offensive ones.
If I have coconut, I'm going to be unhappy, and if I have baby wipes, I'm going to be unhappy.
where-
So
Can
it's-
you
it's
man up for one
It's a lose
second?
lose. So far, I have ate dog food, and what was the other thing?
You've not eaten anything. You've taken half a bite and
I
spit it out
got
like a
plenty of
toddler.
taste. Thank
Rotten
you.
egg. All right, what are you eating, Tackett? Barf or peach?
Barf.
Barf or peach?
Yeah,
It's
barf.
coconut.
There you go. All right, Tackett, see what you got.
I got barf.
You're not chewing it.
I can already smell it.
Come on. Oh, boy, you talk about Steve. We've got a couple wimps with us tonight.
Steve,
Chad.
you ought to at least smell this, though.
I'd prefer not.
Just smell it.
When our family did this, we took 5 turns each.
Like I said, I've done this before.
Yeah, but you weren't on the radio when you were doing it.
But we recorded it.
Yeah, you did.
We did.
Okay.
I've got some on my phone, actually.
Smell this, Steve. This seriously.
Oh, that's awful.
In your old age, your adventurous spirit has dropped really dramatically.
I'm going to tell you right
the old
now.
Tackett would have put that between his
Yeah, the
teeth
old
and just
Tackett would say,
crunched
give
it
me a
down.
handful.
I'm going
Yeah.
to tell you right now, as bad as dog food was, the smell of that alone would make me throw up. That is awful. Seriously, that is terrible.
I think we should just... Here, who wants to just finish these off in a big handful? A mixed variety
Pass.
of all of them. No one?
Do we have an Uncle Brucey's pick this week?
We don't have Uncle Brucey's pick of the week. However, we do have a new segment. Here we go.
Radio Nowhere now presents If It Was Possible to Punch a Song in the Mouth, this song would have no teeth.
Is that a
That's-
goat?
I think it was. The segment is, if it were possible to punch a song in the mouth, this song would have no teeth.
I remember hearing about this.
And we talked about this last week, right?
Yes.
Doesn't this
I believe-
violate one of our cardinal rules, though?
How do you figure?
It seems to me like, and I don't mean to disrespect the work that's gone into that, but it seems to me that one of the caveats, in fact, probably the only guidance we were given on the show was we couldn't make fun of any of the music.
And
We're not making fun of it. We just would like to punch his teeth.
yeah, now this is a song potentially though that people really like, but people really hate, and I think we are free to express our own opinions, and I think obviously it goes without saying that our opinions are not those of WJBD. It's us. It's Radio Nowhere, and maybe not even all of Radio Nowhere. So it's just us and what we think. And Steve was real, and I've got a good one. Once we start talking Christmas, I've got one I really want to start.
Yes, I'm very adamant about this
yeah,
one.
but we're not going to talk about the Christmas one now.
No,
Let's
that one too. But yeah, the one tonight I'm very adamant about.
Steve, tell us a little bit about this one.
The song Had a Bad Day.
Tell us why.
I can tell you primarily because every time at work something aggravating would happen. It failed without. Every time I would start getting aggravated with something, this song would come on every single time.
So you have like this Pavlovian response to it where
Yes.
bad things happen,
And this song, like, on
the song
cue
comes
would
on.
come on.
And so you are having a bad day,
Yes,
and then it's like the
because of the song.
soundtrack to your life. Tacky, you're not a big fan of this song either, are you?
No, I'm not. I mean, I don't wish it dental harm, but I mean,
No, we're not even talking like punching the artist in the mouth or anything like that. We just
Just
mean
the song.
The song itself. We want to punch.
punch the song in the mouth.
And what don't you like about it, Steve? I mean, like the song itself. Is there anything?
Primarily,
What's that? Go
it's
ahead.
just obnoxious.
Say it again.
Is my microphone even on?
Yep. So, and Taka, did
It's
you
way
watch-
overplayed.
It did get when this song was real big. It got really overplayed.
It still gets way overplayed
And wasn't it on American Idol
Yes.
as the
when you got booed out.
booted off, right? So not only was it getting a lot of airplay, it was on American Idol at its height,
Right.
right? And I mean, when American Idol was a big, big thing, and so you'd hear it all the time there too.
Yes.
So Steve, tell us about this song. What else don't you like?
I
Tell us, Steve. You're on the radio.
It's just dumb.
So, if you had an opportunity, what would you do to this song?
I would. It have no teeth.
You've been listening to Radio Nowheres. If it was possible to punch a song in the mouth, this song would have no teeth.
I have to say, I kind of like the little goat at the end.
The
It makes
little
no
goat-
sense
yeah,
whatsoever.
I don't know why
but
there's a goat there, but I really like that. I like that outro we have for our new official segment about punching songs in the
Yes,
mouth.
it was lovely.
Shall we play some actual good music?
Sure.
Well, to some that might have been.
Some, but not Steve.
Not Steve.
So let's do some NXS and Jimmy Barnes from the Lost Boys soundtrack. Good Times, Radio Nowhere, WJBD.
That was Billy Joel with Pressure on Radio
Oh,
Nowhere.
was it? I thought that was Bad Company.
That was Asia.
You thought wrong.
Oh, was it Asia attacking? I'm sorry. And Don't Cry? Was that Bad Company's Don't Cry?
Sure wasn't David Bowie.
That might have. Was that David Bowie and
It was
Asia?
Madonna.
That was David Bowie and Asia. Don't Cry Under Pressure.
That's it.
Dun 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 dun.
And I think Steve's is the one that goes. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Right, Steve?
Something like that.
Steve, have you had a bad day? So let's talk about what's coming our way next. I was going to say next month. This month, coming next week. What? Oh, Taka looks confused. What is every other radio station in the world already doing?
Playing Christmas music.
Playing Christmas music.
Giving away hams?
Giving away ham. Are we giving away ham?
I haven't started it yet, but I'd be willing to bet they are. So we'll have to put something together.
We will. And the WJBD, a lot of other stations playing Christmas music, and I think Radio Nowhere needs to put its own individual style on the Christmas music.
I've got one already in mind.
And you know what? Radio Biz would call this a tease for next week. I've got one that I want to play a little bit of, but it's also for if it were possible to punch a song in the mouth, the song would have no teeth. A Christmas song.
Mm-hmm.
And,
there's a lot of those, though, I think.
I can think of at least two.
There's one, though, that I have a burning, burning hatred for. But it's very ironic, given who the artist is. One of my favorite artists.
Just couldn't do Christmas.
And one of my most hated songs.
Is it just that you don't like the song? Like, just pulling a song out of the hat, Oh Holy Night, but...
No, this is just dumb.
Oh, no, this is... And again, I don't want to give it away. We're teasing it for next... This is an original composition.
Oh, okay.
By a man who has written some of the greatest songs the world has ever known. And then he wrote this.
Yeah.
And it's not just like one of those, it's all right, but it's awful.
Okay.
It's
So-
offensively bad.
Say that again, Chad?
I said it's offensively bad.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. I've heard this rant for years. and
Okay.
I can't really defend it, even though it's a Christmas song.
Yeah. And Chad, you're going to hopefully give us a lot of input. Chad is a big Christmas music fan.
Yeah, I start looking for new gems in the collection probably about mid-June. And I've compiled a CD of probably some lesser-known artists, but nonetheless, they do some great Christmas songs, so I'm going to try to help highlight their work.
And that is kind of the purpose of Radio Nowhere.
Give Chad an outlet for his creativity?
I mean, let's say 5% of the purpose of Radio Nowhere is that.
Helps. I'll take whatever I can get.
Okay. Well, you get 5%. There you go.
You gonna wear your sash that says musical ambassador while you're doing or are you gonna wear the Christmas ambassador sash?
Yeah, what are you?
Actually, I'll be wearing my executive producer / Christmas expert sash.
Christmas expert / sash.
Sash, yeah.
Sorry.
From the Greenish Isles.
Is it
What
a,
are
is
you
it
talking
a
about?
slash or a backslash?
I think it's late. I think we've all had too much turkey this weekend,
Lots of turkey.
and we're all just. Is everyone else tired?
Turkey, Pop-Tarts,
How did
Jelly
we-
Bellies.
How did we not play the Adam Sandler turkey song last week? I'm surprised we missed that.
Doesn't it have a little bit of adult stuff in it that we try to?
And
I didn't think it was.
I don't know. I'm that's what
Yeah.
I'm asking. Isn't a little?
I can't think of anything like.
we won't be playing the Hanukkah song. I can tell you that's songs like that I want to shy away from as we highlight.
Why? Tell me why.
Just because it's played on every channel that plays Christmas music. I mean,
The Adam Sandler
yeah,
Hanukkah song
yeah,
is.
that's why on Radio Nowhere you won't be hearing, let's say, Bing Crosby's White Christmas because it's played on every channel.
And you would say that you like that song, don't
yeah,
you?
it's probably the classic Christmas song, but it doesn't fit the type of music we're trying to play here.
Wasn't there talks of us doing our own renditions as well?
We may hear, and let's not give anything away. But yes, there may be
A radio Christmas carol?
a Radio Nowhere Christmas Carol on one of the later December episodes.
And hopefully it will ruin the particular song because Steve has forever ruined or / changed a timeless classic.
I feel like we have done a lot of previewing for upcoming shows. I feel like we've done some really good teases here.
Hopefully
tonight.
we won't lose our charter.
Well, let's hope not. Well, I doubt we're going to be kicked off the air for making fun of Daniel Powder's.
What song was that, Steve?
What song was it? Yeah, what was that, Steve?
Had a bad day.
Had a bad. And if it is, imagine. Hold on, let me find it here real quick. Imagine that. Imagine if we were kicked off the air
That'd be fitting.
for making fun of
Had a
that
bad
song, and then we would have to leave the studio.
I have no doubt I would get the news and then it would start playing. Yeah.
What song was that?
Daniel Powder's Bad Day. I'd be like, guys, I'm sorry. You're making fun of Daniel Powder's Bad Day. You're not supposed to make fun of that song. And so one of you has to go. Matt, you guys are both WJBD long-standing, pillars of the station.
Pillars. Wow.
I think so. We're classics, aren't we, Tackett?
Well, I'd say we've got a healthy reputation.
And Chad,
Baby seals aside.
Chad, you get the
I'm going to be shining with my Christmas work coming up, so I'm needed.
And Funky, he's the one who kind of keeps everything together.
Well,
the corner
you have
warm.
to wake him up.
Yeah, and you don't want to wake him up, and so it's going to be one of those things. Bruce is just going to look and say, Steve, you're fired.
Cause you had a bad day, you take it one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie.
This might be the worst show ever.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
All right, well, if you like what you heard, and I can't imagine that was possible, but tell a friend.
I didn't even like what I heard.
And we have low standards.
We let Steve on.
But if you don't like what you heard,
Don't tell anybody ever.
ever,
You've been listening to Radio Nowhere at WJBD.
This has been an I Love Raisins production.
WJBD, Salem, Centralia.